They found something in Nikola Tesla's room the moment he died, and literally the FBI took it immediately. And this is the true story that were buried in the books. So in a New Yorker hotel, room 3327, Tesla died alone at 86 with no family, no colleagues. He hadn't left his room in months. The maid hadn't been allowed inside for days. When they finally opened the door that they found would be locked away for decades. And what they actually found was the scene. Tesla was found dead in his bed on January 7, 1943. Cause of death, coronary thrombosis. He died with $0 to his name, wasting away and had quietly been paying away his hotel bill for years in an unpublicized debt of honor. What he had been building in his final years, Tesla was working on something he called the Teleforce device. The press called it a death ray. He claimed it could destroy 10,000 enemy aircrafts at 250 miles. He had shown it to no one. The plans existed only in that room. Now the response, within hours of his death being reported, before the body had been removed, federal agents arrived at the hotel. They did not come to pay respects. They came with authority to take everything. Now, hear what the agents actually took. Roughly 80 trunks of research paper. Tesla had been accumulating notes, diagrams, and experimental records for 60 years. The agents took all of it, every notebook, every loose page, every diagram, including work that predated Marconi's radio patent and proved Tesla's invented radio first. Now, the item 2 was the death ray design documents. Tesla had formally submitted weapon specifications to the US, UK, Soviet Union, and Yugoslavia. The Soviets paid him 25 grand for a version of the plans. The US government publicly denied ever receiving documentation. Those denials were later proven false by FOIA releases. And then you have item 3, a safe drilled open, contents unknown. A heavy safe in Tesla's room was drilled open by government officials. Its contents have never been officially disclosed. The declassified FBI file contains only 3 words about what was inside. The safe was examined, nothing more. Now, in Tesla's own words, and in the New York Times in 1934, my invention requires a large plant, but once it is established, it will be possible to destroy anything, men or machines, approaching within a radius of 200 miles. This was Nikola Tesla, July 11, 1934. He said this publicly in the newspaper. He was 78 years old. Hitler has been chancellor for a year. He offered the device to every major government on earth. He said it would make war impossible, that no army could cross a border against a nation that held it. Nobody took him up on it, so they claimed. And here's where it gets interesting. Question number 1. Where is the actual device? Tesla claimed he had built a working prototype. No physical device was ever recovered. The FBI file mentions only extensive notes. A weapon capable of ending wars simply vanished from a hotel room. Question number 2. What did they lie about being there? The FBI initially stated that they had no interest in Tesla's papers. Documents released decades later show agents arrived the same day Tesla died. The original statement was a lie. No one ever asked to explain it. And then you also have question number 3. Who is John G. Trump? The physicist brought in to review Tesla's papers was John G. Trump, an MIT professor, a respected scientist, and Donald Trump's uncle. He was personally selected by the government to assess what Tesla had built. And then question 4, what did his reports actually say? Trump concluded Tesla's papers contained nothing of significance. 3 weeks later, the US government launched its most ambitious secret weapons program in history. They called it the Manhattan Project. Now, the FBI's file still exists, but most of it is still blacked out. Tesla's FBI file runs to hundreds of pages, partially released under FOIA decades after his death. Significant sections remain classified to this day. For a man the government insisted had nothing of significance, in his research, an extraordinary amount of federal effort went into controlling what he had built. The declassified pages revealed agents had been tracking Tesla since 1940, 3 full years before his death. They were watching him. They knew exactly what he was working on. When he died, they were already ready to move. Now, here's the thing. If Tesla's work was worthless, why is it still classified? This is a question nobody in power is willing to answer. The FBI had his papers. Trump reviewed them. The official verdict, nothing to see here, and yet these files remain sealed in 2026, 83 years after man died alone in a hotel room with no money, no family, no visitors. only ideas. Ideas someone decided the world was not ready to read. And the story doesn't actually end there. You literally have the world's built on Tesla's stolen blueprint. Every major directed energy weapons program in the 20th century echoes the specifications Tesla published in 1934, whether they used his papers or arrived independently. No government has ever answered that question. They've never been asked under oath. The patents he filed and that were sized and seized cover technologies that appeared in the U.S. military program decades later. Coincidence is one explanation. The other is simpler. So here is the timeline. Tesla dies, papers seized within hours. 1945, Manhattan Project delivers the bomb. 1958, U.S. begins directed energy weapons research. 2026, the files are still classified. The papers are still sealed today. No one's asking why. Now, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is what Nikola Tesla said. He also died broke, alone, and watched by federal agents, waiting for him to stop breathing. The man whose electricity powers every building on Earth right now died owing money on a hotel bill that Westinghouse paid out of guilt. Now, here's the thing. The question isn't what Tesla knew. It's why they're still hiding it. His ideas are called worthless. His files were sealed. His name erased from radio history for decades. And somewhere in the U.S. government archives, there are hundreds of pages about this man that someone decided you are not allowed to read in 2026.